Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're going to check out a little bit of history about a tunnel down here in Plymouth. So I need to talk about the tunnel. So we're going to check out a tunnel today called the Cann Tunnel. It was built in the 1820s and it's not a very long one, but it's got a lot of history because Cann Tunnel, which they call Liam Tunnel, but Cann Tunnel, Cann is the real name for the tunnel because it distributed granite and slate from the Plym Valley, hence Cann Quarry and Cann Woods area. So Cann Tunnel came down on a cart track from the Plym Valley. It come down along a cart track, which I will take you to and show you later, some remnants of it left. It came all the way down through the valley and then it had to come under a big field and a set of woods. So they built a tunnel in the 1820s, I believe, and the tunnel came down through to this area where I'm stood now and follows this track down through what they call Ford Valley, and it goes around to a place called Marsh Mills. The track is a small gauge track that ponies pulled the ore carts along it. So when it got down to Marsh Mills, which is a very flat area, there was a big sorting yard, and then they sorted the granite and the slate in that area. So if you go down to Marsh Mills where PC World etc is, it's all a flat area there. That's where it was. There used to be an old factory there called Calumet. But the track carried on to the Plym River, and I will show you a bridge over the river where the carts went and joined another route that come down through the Plym Valley. Again, there was cart tracks all around this area and they all interlinked and headed to Marsh Mills, but I will show you the bridge where it goes across to join a main track, which then the ore, the granite and the slate was distributed in towards the Plymouth city and scattered around to build slates on roofs of houses, the side of houses, and granite for any walls that needed to be built. So today we're going to go into Cann Tunnel, look through it, find some old ceiling bits in there from the original parts, because there's a lot of modern stuff. So we got to remember is this tunnel was built in the 1820s and there was no housing estates in this area. It was fields. Estover wasn't built until the late 60s, early 70s. Liam wasn't built until the late 60s, early 70s. So there was nothing here, just fields and mining. So now there's a housing estate around. The tunnel has been used for a bit of sewage, pipelines going through. There's modern construction in there from when they built the houses in the area to put cables through and stuff like that, but we'll see all that. But let's go in and check it out. So we're inside, mate, guys, sorry, and already you can see some of the original structure with the granite ceiling here, and then obviously it goes up through. So we'll go up, we'll have a look around and see what we can find, if there's anything else interesting. So you can see the modern parts of it. You want to come?
Yeah, the torch just went up.
Right. So you can see there's a bit of water in here, look. And there's obviously a lot of junk in here from over the years, from the 60s and 70s obviously. But yeah, we'll go check down and see how we get on. Do you want to give me the other torch, Callum?
Yeah, I think this one is dead now.
Do you reckon it's dead?
Yeah, it keeps shining on.
Oh, that'll be alright. So there's... yeah, it might be, the battery might be low on it. But I've got a light on my camera anyway. Yeah, it keeps going off, Callum.
Yeah, this one's dead.
Keep it in your pocket for a minute.
Yeah, I think both of them might be dead there because this one's red as well.
Okay, let's get up as far as we can. I've got my big torch here. So you wouldn't believe that ponies used to pull ore carts through here on a narrow gauge line, which is very interesting. From all the industrial quarrying and mining up in the Plym Valley. There's plenty of shopping trolleys here. So there's another section here we need to go in. And then it goes on down, so just bear with me till I get through here. It's drier in here anyway. But again, you can see the wall on the side here, more modern. And then as you go up, you've got the original ceiling. But this is my first time in here. I've known a lot of people to come in here, but this is my first time. Little jerry can down there, look. And all this wet asbestos on the ground, which, to be fair, I'm glad it is wet. But it's extremely quiet in here now. You got little sections here, look, that go off in and around. Just gotta bend down a bit. Yeah, so some of this obviously was constructed when the houses were being built. Obviously, the workers putting the pipes and the sewage through here needed a bit of space, so they would have had a little section off to the side to let other vehicles and things go by. That's interesting there. So that probably goes up to a manhole, but look at the rock. You've got the rock there, the original rock around here, look. It's quite crazy really. What a stalagmites, or stalactites. Stalactites come down, stalagmites go up. Just stepping over these so-called bits. But yeah, a good bit of history this. Pulling carts down through with ponies. Under the ground. Did you say it gets a bit drier as you go up, Callum?
Well, it's only wet down here because I think the recent rain we've had.
Yeah, there's been the odd shower, but nothing too bad. So there's piping along the wall there. I'm not overly sure what that would have been. So yeah, welcome again to another video, guys. Don't forget, hit the like if you like this one. Subscribe if you come across it and you're new. You've got some of the roofing here, look. So that's part of the roofing that used to be there. I'm not sure. That's not modern. That's modern. It's not old. But yeah, if you're new, subscribe, hit the like. So we are actually slightly going uphill. And I'm having to bend over now. There's another section of a hole there. Oh yeah. Yeah, Callum's been in here before. But yeah, like I say, this is my first time, so I wanted to come and check it out. It's a bit annoying to crouch at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll catch you a little bit further up. See you in a minute. So there is a ladder there, guys, that goes up onto the main street, quite far up. And like I said, the construction people put sewage along here. So like I said, it's got modern stuff inside it, but the tunnel itself is original. So we'll continue on. So we got a little change in stuff here. So again, that would have been an area where people could go in and get out of the way from when the workers were laying the pipes. I can't see it being anything else. And again there. So we've got different structures around here. A little bit that goes up through there. More of a concrete roof there. But it's more modern here. But we'll continue on. So we're coming up towards the end of this tunnel now. There's another door there. And we are at the end. You can always tell the end is full of junk. But all the original brickwork there. That looks like a car. But what's left of it? White. Not really sure what it is. I've no idea what that is. Could be a Ford Escort, but don't know. So here's the end. Actually, there's a door there, which you can't get out, unfortunately. But what I will do is I will film outside that door and then walk along to the track where this continues on. So this continues on up, and I'll show you the remnants of that. So without further ado, let's head back out. So we're at the other side now. This is the entrance we couldn't come out of. So we'll show you this, and then I'll show you where the cart tracks came down. So this is the other end. So I'm just get a decent focus on it. There we are. That's it. So there you go. That's the other end here of Cann Tunnel. And yeah, there's no opening that. It's welded. So what we'll do is we'll head over this direction, and I'll show you where the track came down from the valley. See you in a bit. So the tunnel is back there. As you can see, the dark bit there. So the track came down here, through there, and I'll show you. So it went along this piece here, like I say, a narrow gauge track with ponies pulling ore carts. And here, from the tunnel, the track carries on. So like I say, this is the stones, and you can see the grooves from where the metal tracks were, and this continued on up, and it goes up through the gate there at the end and continues up the valley. Like I say, there's a number of tracks like this throughout this valley of the Plym Valley. On the other side, the river, this side, and they all go down to one spot, Marsh Mills, to the distribution there, flat area. So what we'll do now is we'll head down to the bridge at Marsh Mills, where the tracks, the carts used to go across and around to meet the main line. See you down there in a sec. So this is the bridge where the ore carts came down from the opposite side. It came through there, flat ground with calamies, and the ore carts come across this bridge here, which is now closed off because it's unsafe, but give you a bit of a look of it. And it goes over the river. So the ore carts came straight across there. The tracks used to be on there, but they're not there anymore. And it went around past that cottage to your left and joined the main line, where the big sorting area is out. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, thanks for tuning into the video. I hope it's a little bit of history for you for Cann Tunnel and the whereabouts and the areas it's played, you know, it all came down to at this level. But yeah, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.